How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with a new Historic Brawl Commander from Dominaria United. This is our new 5-color legend, and a deck that we just had to make at some point. We just had to make him. He is way too cool not to use. That being said, this is literally the first match I've played with him. I don't know if I built the deck correctly. I don't know any of the details. All I know is that Legendary Mattered seems like it could be pretty powerful. Interesting, and hopefully I'm going to be able to cascade into a bunch of absurd legends. Don't know if that's going to be the case, but right now we're just going to need to get up to 6 lands because we've drawn double green sources. Yeah, Xander can go in the graveyard. We have other legends to work with. Up against Jan Jansen, I do not like our chances. We don't have a red source. It's keeping us from playing Croto. Yeah, we'll keep that. So we're using the monuments because they're legendary themselves, so they trigger Jodah, and they decrease the cost of our absurdly costly creatures. Like, if we had kept Lord Xander, he would be 6 mana instead of 7. And Jodah doesn't factor in cost reducer, so we'll still get the Cascade for 7. Even though it's not really Cascade. It's old Cascade, which is better than the updated variant of Cascade. I have no way of stopping this. I'll take it. It's a red source. So next turn we can Godless Shrine Jodah. Or we can just Copper Dragon. Or, yeah, Copper Dragon. So I'm running most of like the playsets of things. So running the Elder Dragons, Elder Dinosaurs, Elder Giants. Like, there's no real reason other than they're legends and they synergize well with Jodah. I honestly didn't find much legendary support. I know Arena has legendary support. I was just putting the deck together quickly and I don't know if I found any of it. But I think we'll do this episode as we might go a little bit over just to see if we can actually get to trigger Jodah. Silver Quartz goes to Ben. Yeah, let's actually Goldspan, I think, would be what I'm going to get rid of. We're just dead though, aren't we? That's unfortunate. Yes, 7, 9. Don't know. Yeah, we're just dead. Exactly, yeah. Then, the Devil Triggers. Like I said, there's probably a more sensible way to build a deck. But generally, when one of these new gimmicky commanders come out, I generally don't build a sensible version of it. I generally, if I go back to it, will try to build a sensible version. But, just kind of want to see it work, you know? This is the first few matches with him, and I don't know how well he's gonna pay off for me. Oketra and Kefnet, that's what I like to see. And Xander's Lounge in the beginning, that's nice. We are doubled up on blue sources, but we're doubled up on blue and white sources, which is unfortunate. We're going to decline to take damage. Yellow might be a little bit slower, so we might be able to actually cast something before we die. The nice thing about Jodah is you will always trigger your monuments too. I think we're going to go with Oketra Monument first. Really? Wow. Yellow control is generally not something you see, but not knocking it. So we actually are green mana away from casting our bad spell, aren't we? Let's see what kind of control player they are. Like if they're a removal heavy control player, they're probably searching up like an exile based removal spell for like Jodah or something later down the line, as foretold. Okay. I mean, that's kind of control focus too, right? Hey. Oh, I don't have black mana. Well, that's a shame. So we were running 10 Triomes, 10 Shocklands, and then like 2 or 3 basics of each type, I think. It's like we could run down the list and actually put in like check lands and some of the Innistrad lands, and then we would be running no basics. Which I might have to do if Arena keeps screwing me over. We have a lot of symbols that we have to match up. Do they have a land drop? Or was that from their scry for this turn? Hey, it's a Triome. We will eventually be able to cast a spell. So, black, white. Still don't have any green mana. We can cast a Nicol Bolas, though. God, seeing the modified mana cost is kind of weird. Still can't cast Bard class, Jodah. We are running Golos, so if we find a Golos, we can just get World Tree, and that'll solve all of our problems. I don't imagine we'll get that lucky, but... Man, I should be running... should I be running Urza's Ruinous Blast? I don't know if I should. Because it counts as a legendary... I don't know if that's gonna solve my problems. I feel like I'm just dead, honestly. So it doesn't tap, it just prevents it from untapping during the upkeep. Okay, good to know. It's like our new sleep counters, not sleep counters, stun counters? Please tell me you're not gonna mess with me in any way, because if you're not gonna mess with me in any way, I will try to go off. I want to see Jodah do cool things. I do. I really do. So, the question is... Okay, block. Just save a little bit of damage. Don't know if it's a trap or that kind of thing. Just let me Jodah. Wow. So if I go for the 4 drops, chances are I'm just going to hit a monument. We'll make that one. Hey, Kinnan. Opponent discards a card. We're gonna do this again too. Thanks to our demon boss. Earl. Sure. Hey. Oh, this feels dumb. It just feels dumb, you know? No attacks. So next turn, if they don't remove Jodah, we just get to do absurd things. Bard class is oddly one of the best legendary support cards out there, which I feel weird about, but I can't complain. Our opponent is done. That is fun. On to game 3. I thought we would not get to see Jodah do anything in 3 games, but opponent 2 was nice enough to not kill us before turn 7. Alright, Redbeard is also done. Just racking up my wins for the day. Look at that, already up to 9. Yep, been working with bank control and standard again still. Farewells have made their way into the deck. One of the problems that I noticed in some of my subsequent playtesting was that sometimes I'd wrath away all the creatures and there'd still just be a black line of enchantments that were killing me, or like mainly in mono red matchups and some white matchups. You'd see Wedding Announcement and the 2 red sagas, the 1 mana 1 that flips into a 2/2, and the the Mirror Breaker saga. So those 2 sagas in particular pose quite the issue for the deck, because what would happen is you'd wrath away their board, you get rid of the 2/2 token or whatever other little ground creature they have around. But the sagas would still be in the back line, and they'd still flip into creatures next time the turn ticked over. And that causes a lot of trouble. I think we're going to go Triumph, Forest, Monument. does decrease Golos. Even though he's technically our 5-color. He's technically a 5-color commander. Well, that's bad. Whenever you cast a creature spell. Okay. I'm like, isn't that whenever you cast a white creature spell? No, it's just creature. That's good to know. I guess that makes sense because last time we were tapping things down even though not all of the creatures were white, were they? I'm running a crap ton of mana rocks in this deck and we haven't seen a single one of them. We've only seen like our mana discount rocks and that's a little disappointing. We have Arcane Signet, we have Mind Stone, we have the 4 mana, 2 mana mana rocks, we have Dreamstone Hedron, 7 mana, 5 mana mana rock, the 5 mana, 3 mana rock. Like, we're not without mana rocks. Hey, there's the mana rock. Not that it does us a great deal, but I would like to reconfigure this so I can find some lands at some point, but it's better to ramp first. Because if we draw a land, untap land next turn, hey, stop. Stop! But we're never getting rid of that. The borrowed time will always be borrowed. Curse Teferi. Curse him. Unsurprisingly, I will not block your 5/5. Feels kind of bad for my creature's health. Hey, we are slowly making progress. So we have Golos next turn. He will get us a 4th land. No question about that. I might die before that. Okay, so one of the issues with the current build, while we're taking note of these kind of things, is that we're running too many expensive things. And so we're not really having blockers for the early game. So we just get rolled over in the early game. Which, hey, not great. Not great at all. Yeah, get me a World Tree, please. You know, as a backup in case, my World Tree's right there. Not in standard anymore, which is kind of sad. It is the historic part of Historic Brawl. Which is also very sad for, like, actual Brawl players who like to play Standard Brawl. I haven't met anybody that likes to play Standard Brawl, but if there is somebody out there like that, I am sad for them. Can I take 10 here? I feel like I can. Rude. Alright, so Valamachus cannot hit a single thing. You can't hit one thing. I could Jodah and kill myself. Team up? Let's look up some dragons. Yeah, you find that. Counter. Brass Dragon, Zatora, Niv, Bolus. I guess Arcades, you know, just for the hell of it. Is it really losing if you have 7 cards at hand? I don't think it is. I'm probably going to play a couple more games of this after I end the recording. Just because I want to refine a little bit. We'll probably see Jodah again. We definitely will. For now, Jodah has to walk away in defeat. He technically won 2 games, although one was a turn 1 concede, a turn 0 concede, so make of that what you will. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.